All right. Okay, so after the call that I did today in the morning, I thought right to come back and since I said that when we are trading pairs of USDT, when you come on quantitative here, and we have pairs of USDT, that it's better for us to trade them in one shot. So I thought right to come and drop what I think, well, personally, it is working for me very well when it comes to setting up a strategy for one shot. All right, so you come on mine, right? You come on mine. Then you come on my strategy settings. So once a signal is dropped, what could be the settings you could develop depending on your capital, right? Depending on your capital. So this is how to set a one-shot trade that has been dropped on the group, all right? It doesn't matter because the market doesn't have one-way direction. So that said, so let's now go into that. My strategy setting, and if you are new, you'll see add now. If you are old, just come on top here. I hope you can basically see very well this arrow here. All right, hope you can see that this arrow here, there. So you tap on plus if you are old. If you are new, tap on add new. Now here, the first buying amount will depend on your capital. The maximum number of margin calls I would recommend 5. I would recommend 5, right, in the one shot. The take profit, take that has been given on the signal. Let me say it is 3%. The whole position callback, you can keep it to 0, right? This one, make it 0.1 or 0. Then the sub position can still be 0.1, all right? Okay, signal, and it's one shot. Now let's go to the margin call configuration. Basically, the margin call configuration, they can be 5. This is okay because if someone picks a signal in the 4-hour time frame, it can go 0.81%. If it doesn't buy, you have nothing to lose. 0.81%, 0.81%. Basically, we can keep it 0.51%, 0.51%, 0.51%. All right, and then 1%. So I'm gonna give reasons. The best way is to use in the multiple buying ratio 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So what do I mean when I say this? For example, let's get a little bit clear. If I have $100, I'll start from here, and I make my first buying amount 15. And maybe I decide I want to use this method. It means I'll not have 5 margin calls, I'll have less, because 15 times 2 will be equal to 30. Plus the other 15 first, the first buying amount, which is, this is 45. So 15 times 4 is already 60. Right? 15 times 4 is already 60. 15 times 4 is 60. 60 plus 45 is 105. So basically, maybe if someone has an extra $5, then we could put a 4 there. So you set up this depending on your capital. But if you have $500, I think this can work for you, because this will be 15, this will be 30, this will be 60, this will be 120 if I'm not lying. Then this other one will be, the fourth margin call be 15 times 16. Okay, 15 times 16, which is 200. This is 240. Then this last one will be 15 times 32, which is 480. So if you add the total, this type of a person who decides to use this to trade, basically he had some good capital, because it's over close to close to plus the first buying amount. This is 400. It is 945. This is close to $1,000 deal. But if you have less, still, we can be able to work on the margin calls. For example, you can put a 1 here. We put a 2 here. Put a 3 here. Put a 4 here. And then put a 5. So you can even lower this a little bit, 2.99. It still works. And this 5, you make it, you can even make it 4.99. It's just a play trick, and use a little less of your money. But then you can just use the multiple of 1. The worst scenario you can do is to put a 1 here, but because of the training we did, you understand that this does not move the average price closer to the current price. So if you put a 1 throughout, you understand that your robot will just be buying, but it will not be causing the average price moving closer to the current price for you to get out of the trade faster. So you can even use what we call you just need to make sure your capital, because this is 15 times the multiple buying ratio. Your first buying amount times the multiple buying ratio. So you must make sure that this money is there, right? So we can use 1, 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, right? This is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. You can use this because if your first buying amount, the first one is 15, okay, 15 plus that one is 30, then 3 times 15, okay, that is 45 plus the other 45, which is 90. Then 15 times 5, it is 75, plus 90, it is 165. Then 15 times 8 is 120. 120 plus 165 is $285. This that you see here is $285 if I use that method. This is what we call this multiple buying ratio. This one is the Fibonacci. It works. So you keep on moving the average price closer to your current price. This is close to $285. $285. So you pick a signal, then you give it such a setting. Now let us save. Now on our strategy mode, let me name it one shot. On our strategy mode, let me say we pick this coin, trade settings. Now this will not work out. Okay, this is a non-trading account. I need to log into another. But on the strategy mode, let me just come back here because I hope you'll understand. On the strategy mode, I don't need to open another account now because I'm already, my video is on, so for security purposes. But on the strategy mode, make sure on the strategy mode, make sure you put in the sub-binning mode. Put in the sub-binning mode. Okay, someone says I need to log in. All right, let me see if I could do this first. Just a minute. All right, so let me log out. Okay. But you know when you but this is not good for my security. No, this is not good. So you make sure you put in the sub-bin mode. You make sure you put in the sub-bin mode. Now, if the robot buys the first call, it buys the second call, it buys the third call, it buys the fourth call, and still the market's still going down, it will buy the fifth call. But because the fifth call is independent, it will sell the fifth call, but it will not give you your profit in your Binance account. So it will not release the profit. It will use that money. Okay, it will use that money, the profit, to still move the average price closer to the current price. The goal, yes, the goal could be profit, but also the goal is to get out of that trade faster. Because if you trade without margin calls, you are putting your profit at a high risk. Because if you take 2%, you still make 2% because you will have collected more coins down the line. So once they reach the signal, you already have the settings, it becomes much more easier for you. It becomes something you just tap on. So you look for the coin, then come to my store. You just come to the coin, then tap on trade settings, then choose a strategy, that yellow button, then you tap on that, or on the strategy we have already created, and bingo, you start your trade. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Thank you so much.